Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Jill and today I'm going to be doing my January 2016 wrap-up. So let's get started. So January was a pretty good reading month for me. I ended up reading 8 books, which is a lot considering that school has been crazy and I got my wisdom teeth taken out this month and so I couldn't read for a while. And so I read 8 books and some of them are pretty large, so I'm kind of proud of myself for reading those. So let's just get into the specifics of what I read. The first book I completed was Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire by J.K. Rowling. This is the 4th book in the Harry Potter series. It was great. I still love Prisoner of Azkaban better. I remember this one is my least favorite movie, and I'm not really sure how I feel about the book. But overall it was Harry Potter, so it was obviously very enjoyable. 5 out of 5 stars. Harry Potter's great. The next book I ended up picking up is 20 Questions for Gloria by Martin Bedford, and this is basically about a girl who goes missing, and it's kind of told in a Gone Girl-esque kind of way, told in the different questions that the detective asks the main girl, whose name is Gloria, and there are 20 questions for her, and basically she disappears with this guy and they want to try to find out what happened and everything. And the first part of this was very, very good. I loved it. I thought it was really interesting, but then it kind of went downhill towards the end, which I'm seeing kind of a trend that a lot of books that I've been reading lately have been kind of worse towards the end, and I don't really know why. But so I ended up, I think, giving this either 3 or 4 stars. I ended up not really liking the ending at all. I thought it was kind of stupid. So yeah, 20 Questions for Gloria. The beginning is good, but I don't know. Next up, I read my book club book for January, and that was The Diviners by Libba Bray. So if you don't know, The Diviners follows a girl named Evie, and she is in New York City in the 1920s, and she's living with her uncle, and things happen to her, and it's complicated to explain because it's a huge book. Sort of a horror thing. These terrible murders start happening, and so Evie and her uncle kind of start investigating all these murders, and it turns out to be maybe linked to something supernatural. It's pretty good. I would say 60% of this was too slow, kind of slow burning, whatever. Nothing really happened until the ending part of it, but I would say that ending was very well done. I do think that it was a little bit too long. I think the last 50 pages didn't need to be there really at all, but sort of the end of the action was really good, and I thought the slow burn kind of led up to some good stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be picking up Layer of Dreams anytime soon because I heard that that one's even slower and it's even bigger. So maybe I'll read it, maybe I won't. Comment down below if you've read this and if I should continue on if it gets better. I think I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I ended up finishing was The Wizard Heir by Cinda Williams-Chima. This book is the 2nd book in her Heir Chronicles, and it follows a guy named Seth. And the Heir Chronicles are companion novels, so they don't follow the same main character. This one follows a boy named Seth, and he's actually a wizard heir. He's sent to this boarding school because he's acting out. And this boarding school is actually led by this professor guy that's not all good news. He's not a very good person, and he's actually pretty awful. But yeah, so he is a wizard, and halfway through the book we meet up with all the characters from the Warrior Heir, which is the 1st book in this series, and it was just awesome. I love how the stories came together, and I love how all the characters interact with one another, and I'm so excited to read The Dragon Heir, hopefully in February, because that book sounds really, really, really good, and I'm so happy that I'm finally reading this because it's really, really cool. Magic! The next book I read is actually my January TBR Jar Challenge Pick book. If you don't know what that is, go check out on my channel. I have a video explaining all of it. But if you've forgotten, for January I picked the Read a Book on Your 2016 Revolutions. And that's basically just this list of books that I have that I want to get to in 2016. And I ended up picking up Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, or Gillian Flynn. I don't really know. And this was actually, I think, one of the first adult books that I read, and I really enjoyed it. I would definitely say it's not for the young people. It's sort of intense and it has sort of mature content, but I really, really, really loved it. I finished this in like 2 days. I'm sure most of you guys know what Gone Girl is. It just was turned into a movie, but if you don't, it's basically about this disappearance, this girl. She disappears, and basically it's just the whole case of around her disappearance. and we follow sort of 2 points of views. We follow her husband's point of view and a diary she wrote. And I thought it was really good. It was really creepy, and these people are seriously messed up in this book. So yeah, this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really, really good. The next book I completed was Cress by Marissa Meyer. This book is the 3rd book in the Lunar Chronicle. It follows a girl named Cress who is this world's Rapunzel, sort of locked in a tower, which is actually a satellite. And she, if you read the other Lunar Chronicles, you know that she's the technician for Queen Lavanna. She's a really big tech person, so this one was focused a lot on the technological stuff, and I thought it was really, really fun. This is definitely my favorite that I've read so far out of the series. It was just really, really great, and I love Cress, and I love Thorn, and I love Kai, and I love all the characters in this series, and I'm currently reading Winter, and it's so good. And so yeah, Cress, obviously 5 out of 5 stars. This series is amazing. Next up, I read 0 Day by Jan Gangsey? I don't know, but 0 Day, basically, I've read like 3 disappearance stories, but this is sort of a political thriller. It follows sort of the president and his family, and it turns out that his daughter went missing for 8 years, and suddenly she's turned up. And as soon as she turns up, all these terrorist plots start happening. All these terrible things start happening, and some people think maybe the two are connected. Maybe his daughter coming home is somehow connected to the terrorist things. Anyway, it was just a really fun read. I wasn't expecting it to be very good. I know the ending, again, was not as good as the beginning. I absolutely love the beginning and the mystery and everything, but I ended up giving this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I would highly recommend it. If you like political thrillers, it was really, really great. The only thing I have to say is that it was a little unrealistic. I didn't really focus on that because I don't really know lots about hacking, and this does have a lot of hacking in it. I don't really know a lot about that, so I can't really say, oh, that's not how that's supposed to go. How can that happen? I didn't really focus on that. I was just thinking it was really, really cool. So yeah, definitely give this one a go if you like awesome stuff. And final book I read this month was Fairest by Marissa Meyer. This is the prequel story in the Lunar Chronicles, but it's actually now called sort of a 3.5, and I would second that. I would definitely say that I wouldn't start with this book because I don't think you'll be confused, but you'll miss a lot of it, and you'll be just really well informed for the rest of the series, but I think you really get the full effect of this if you read it after Cress, which I did. I thought it was great. It follows Queen Lavanna's story before she became queen and all these different things, and Queen Lavanna's a terrible, terrible, terrible person. I give this book 4 stars. Lavanna's awful, and this book didn't really do anything for me to make me sympathize with her. I just hate her more because she's honestly an awful person in general. So yeah, so there you have it. That was my January 2016 wrap up. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Comment down below anything you want to talk about, and subscribe and like if you want to see more videos from me. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!